In this video, I'm going to be ranking the best centers in NBA 2K22 Myteam. We have a tier list here ranking from S all the way down to D tier. My first center on the tier list is going to be Dark Matter Mohamed Bamba. I'm going to probably throw Mo Bamba in B tier. I think he's a pretty decent center. He's probably a little bit better at power forward though, and that's going to be a trend with a lot of guys on this list. As you guys can see, there's just going to be a lot of power forwards because 2K really hasn't given us that many good centers. So Mo Bamba, probably a better power forward. But yeah, I still do think Mo Bamba is going to be in that B tier category for centers. He's 7 foot tall with a 7'10" wingspan. He's going to have a great player model, great wingspan. His stats wise, he's going to be a great defender. And overall, I think it's just a pretty decent center. Looking at the next center here on the tier list is going to be Dark Matter Yao Ming. As much as he's been out for a while, like Yao Ming has been out for super long, I still think he's going to be a top 5 center in the game. If you guys don't know, my S tier is going to be my top 5 centers in the game right now. Looking at Yao Ming, he's a center, 7'6" tall with a 7'9" wingspan. He's got a 93 3 ball, 93 mid-range. Yes, he's not going to be the fastest car with only 77 speed, but he's obviously going to give you really good defense. He's going to be a great rebounder, and then he's actually got some really good Hall of Fame shooting badges like blinders, catch and shoot, corner specialist, limitless spot up, and sniper. Looking at the jump shot, actually has a very good jump shot for a center card. Yeah, Yao Ming, I think definitely has to be in that S tier category. Another S tier center, in my opinion, is going to be this new Invincible Mark Eden. If you guys have not played against him yet or haven't tried him out, this Mark Eden card is actually insane. He's a center power forward, 7'4" tall with a 7'7" wingspan, but this dude's player model in game is one of the best in the game right now. Like, he almost looks the same size as Taco Fall. He's got a really wide player model. Looking at his stats, he's obviously going to be an invincible card, so 99 every single stat with 65 Hall of Fame badges. Like, this Mark Eden card, you could say, is probably a top 3 center in the game right now. Looking at his jump shot, if this was set shot 25, he might be the best center in the game, but I do think Mark Eden is going to be a top 3 center, so he's definitely going to be in that S tier category. Looking at DeMarcus Cousins, honestly, for the center position, I'm gonna have to throw him in C tier. I do think he's going to be a little bit undersized. Looking at the next center here, going to be Daryl Dawkins. I think he's actually not bad. I'm going to look at him quickly here on 2KDB. He's actually a pretty decent power forward. Once again, I think he's better at the 4 than he is at the 5. He's 6'11" tall with a 7'3" wingspan. He does have a pretty decent player model in game as well. So looking at his jump shot and animations, he's got this base 4 jump shot, which is really good on cards like Patrick Ewing, really good on cards like Kevin McHale, and they actually gave him some pretty decent stakes for your center or power forward. Quick dribble style, Kobe Bryant escape with the Scottie Pippen behind the back. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely throw Daryl Dawkins in that B tier category. Boban, I don't think Boban is going to be a top 5 center, but Boban is super elite, man. He's just going to be a little bit worse version of Mark Eden, but Boban is definitely going to be an A tier. Looking at the next center here on the tier list is going to be Invincible Kareem. Once again, I think Kareem is going to be a lot better at power forward than he is at center, but I think Kareem still has to be somewhere higher on this tier list. I'm going to probably throw him in A tier. He's still 7'2" tall with a 7'5" wingspan, and we all know Kareem has a great player model in game this year. 99 every single stat, 65 Hall of Fame badges, and Kareem does have a very good jump shot, and they also gave him the quick dribble style and the Kobe Bryant escape. Yeah, you guys can also let me know in the comment section down below what would you guys change about the tier list, and just let me know your guys' favorite centers in the game right now. Looking at the next center on the tier list, I think we all know Taco Fall is going to be S tier, probably the best center in the game right now. Don't think we really have to look at him on 2KDB, but yeah, Taco Fall going to be an S tier. Looking at Jaren Jackson Jr., now this is a tricky one because once again, I think he'll be better at that power forward spot, but I think he's just as good as Mo Bamba or guys like Daryl Dawkins at that center position. He's way better than DeMarcus Cousins. Yeah, I'm gonna throw Jaren Jackson Jr. in that B tier. Looking at Manute Bol, I think you have to have Manute Bol at least somewhere around the A or S tier category. I think for centers, he's got to be somewhere in that top 5. Because if you guys don't know, Manute Bol is a center, 7'7" tall with an 8'5" wingspan. He has an 8'5" wingspan. Like, that is the craziest thing about the card. And then he's even got an 85 3 ball, 80 speed. He's obviously just like Yao Ming, just like Taco, going to be a great defender, amazing rebounder. And this card's animations in game are some of the best in the game for a center. He just gets such glitchy block animations, dunking animations. He's just a super glitchy card on the court. Next center here is going to be Mark Williams, and this might be a little bit surprising to a lot of people, but I think Mark Williams at the center position is going to be in that A tier category. Now, he is actually very elite for a center card, but once again, probably a little bit better at that power forward position. But just like Kareem, he's going to be 7'2" tall with a 7'6" wingspan. Now, he might not be an invincible card, but this card is going to pretty much have the same stats as an invincible. Maybe not for like ball handling and speed with ball, but other than that, his stats are super elite. I do think he's actually got a very good jump shot. He's got that quick dribble style, and he's got that Scottie Pippen behind the back. And Mark Williams just has a great player model in game this year. Yeah, I think Mark Williams is an A-tier center. Looking at Shaq, now these are tricky ones like Shaq and Wilt, because I think Shaq and Wilt are super elite at that center position. I think personally though, I would rather Wilt over Shaq at the center position. But then when you think about it, I feel like Shaq's got to be in the S tier center. So I'm gonna have Shaq in A tier, and I have to explain this real quick. Because yes, I think Shaq is a better card than Yao Ming. I think he's a better card than Manute Bol and a better card than Mark Eden at the center position. But I think like those guys are more centers, where Shaq, you probably play more at the power forward spot. So I'm gonna throw Wilt as my 5th best or like 4th best center in the game. Once again, Wilt is probably a lot better at the power forward spot, but Shaq, once again, probably is a top 5 center. I think for this tier list, I don't want to have, you know, all these power forwards and S tier. I want those to be like mainly center cards because it is a center tier list. So yeah, I'm gonna throw Shaq in the super high A tier, and then Wilt is gonna be at the bottom of S tier. Looking at the next center here on the tier list, it's gonna be Invincible D-Rob. I think once again, going to be a way better power forward than he is center. I think he's still going to be an A tier. He's very similar to Kareem. I think Kareem is a better center than D-Rob. I think they got to be on the same tier list. D-Rob is 7'1" tall with a 7'5" wingspan. And if you guys don't know, D-Rob's got an amazing jump shot this year. I mean, he always has really good jump shots. It's going to be D-Rob on very quick. And then 2K also gave him the normal leaner and the quick dribble style. So for me, I'm going to have D-Rob in that A tier category. Looking at the next center here, it's going to be Evan Mobley. And I think once again, way better at power forward, but I think he's got to be somewhere in that maybe top 10 range, top 15 range for your centers, because he's 7 foot tall with a 7'4" wingspan. So yes, he might be a tiny bit undersized if he's going up against guys like, you know, Yao Ming or Taco Fall, or guys like Mark Eden or Manute Bol. He's definitely going to be a little bit undersized, but I think he can still hold his own against those type of centers. Now looking at Joel Embiid, some people are definitely going to disagree with me on this one. I think he's going to be super high B tier, just like Evan Mobley, just like D-Rob, way better at power forward. But I think for the center position, I'm gonna have him in B tier. Looking at endgame Jokic, I kind of threw him on the tier list. This is kind of like a joke. I mean, I still think Jokic at center is probably still in that B tier category. He's definitely going to be a little bit undersized, but he does have a really good player model. I mean, you could definitely make the argument that he's actually going to be in that A tier category. He's got a really good jump shot. He's got the best dribble sigs in the game. 6'11" tall, 7'3" wingspan. I mean, I'll throw him in B tier just because I don't want to have, you know, he's a point guard. You're not going to run this card at center. You're going to mainly run this card at point guard. So I'm going to just have him in B tier, but I think realistically, you could probably say he's somewhere in that A tier for a center position. But since everyone's going to run him at point guard, I'm just going to throw him in B tier. And then looking at Sabonis, the last center on the tier list, I think he's going to be somewhere in that B tier category. So yeah, guys, this is going to be my center tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below. What would you guys change? And let me know your guys' favorite centers of the game right now. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.